During the course of this time, a couple of things that are noteworthy is one is, okay, the idea of visions, they aren't like I foresaw anything. They were quite possibly just hallucinations, although I will say that I even had this experience in a minor way last night that, I'm far from where I was before, and this has happened probably, I'm going to guess at 20 times as a guesstimate, is that I've been seeing, or I had been seeing, these flashes that are in the periphery of my vision. And the best way to describe what I see is that it's just real shiny. It's like chrome, and it's typically probably, let's say, whatever this is. I'm poor with distances, maybe a foot long, and odd geometric shapes. And I would see these things flashing just momentarily, just a second or two flash with my eyes open. And on occasion, I'll say maybe 5 or 6 of the 20 times that these things had flashed were also with my eyes closed as I was trying to sleep. And admittedly, this could just be about oxygen deprivation in my brain, and if anybody wants to speculate about what they think it is, feel free. I'm, willing to entertain whatever, guesses anybody has. The other thing that has been very fascinating to me, like I said in the intro, is that during this time I decided that it would be a good idea, since I was sleeping as much as I had been, and as I had stated in a video before, I know that there's a quote from Freud about dreams being the royal road to the unconscious, and folks like Freud and Jung, others have given a whole lot of merit to the idea that there are powerful messages to be had within the dream state, and if we can come out of the dream state and remember our dreams, which the strategy there is to record them as quickly as possible, and if I do that, then I'm able to retain the dream for sometimes for years. And I say that because there was a point at which, during my transition from the guy I was to a little bit healthier person, that I was doing a whole lot of my own dream analysis, and I really gained a lot from those experiences and those those experiences. Now, during the course of the dream analysis that I have been doing over the past month, there were a lot of dreams where my deceased father was involved in some way or another, and there were some very potent messages that I received during this time. And as I stated before, I believe that these are for my consumption only, or my experience only. I don't think it's appropriate. I think it's much too personal to be sharing that with the general population. But I do think that it's significant and germane to this discussion about having gone to a place in my life force slash spirit slash soul, whatever we're calling this, where perhaps the veil, as it were, between this world and whatever else is happening out there in a next world, if there is one. And I say that because what do I know? I'm not going to tell anybody that I know for sure that there's a next world, but having done enough exploration into the possibilities of it, yeah, I like the probability that there is something else after this. And if there's not, well, then there's not, and it's lights out, and so who cares? Because if it's lights out, then how would I even know? How would we even know? This is one of the reasons why I think that the fear of death is a pretty absurd fear, because either there's something afterwards, in which case, okay, great, there's something afterwards, or there's not. And if there's not, okay, great. If it's lights out, it's lights out. How would I know? And why would I care? So to my mind, what's the big deal? So I guess there are plenty of variations to that if you want to consider reincarnation, or which still, what do I care, man? If I got to keep doing this, I just keep doing this. Or if there's a heaven and hell, then if I have conducted myself in such a way that a allegedly benevolent deity decides that I burn for eternity, I'll take my chances. Anyway, I just wanted to share that whole notion of the spirit, life force, waxing and waning, as it were, in my own personal experience, and the good news that it's all coming back. So there you have it. On to the next thing. All right, adios.